Folks out there are saying the interstellar object Atlas is an alien spaceship, but the reality of the situation is way more twisted than you might think. Check out this simulation of the orbit of Atlas. As of October 30th, it had already hit this specific spot, which is known as the perihelion. And this zone right here is exactly where telescopes on Earth cannot see a single thing. Once it wraps up at the perihelion, it is going to head off toward Jupiter and finally dip out of our solar system. Originally, this was just your run-of-the-mill interstellar object. So why do so many people believe that it is actually an alien craft? And where exactly do these conspiracy theories come from? We gotta bring up an expert named Avi Loeb. He holds the record at Harvard University for being the longest-serving chair of astronomy. After he crunched the numbers on Atlas orbit and analyzed how it was moving, he realized this route looked suspiciously well designed, meaning it might actually be an extraterrestrial spaceship. First off, after Atlas entered the solar system, it made a beeline straight from Mars' orbit, and the closest it got to the red planet was a mere 30 million kilometers. Then it shifted its orbit to hit the perihelion, getting a close-up look at Venus, while staying totally hidden from Earth eyes, under the influence of the sun gravity. After leaving the perihelion, its speed started to slow down, which gave it the perfect chance to watch Earth from a distance. Before brushing past Jupiter, this incredibly clever route seems like it is systematically scanning the habitable zones in our solar system, and every single flyby is kept at a distance that is perfect for gathering intel without getting caught on radar. This makes Professor Loeb convinced there is some intelligent life pulling the strings. However, most scientists reckon that the quirks in Atlas orbit can be explained by good old natural physics. For instance, when interstellar objects are out in deep space, they get tugged by gravity from other stars, which causes complex paths when they enter our system. And that so-called course correction is just due to the combined gravitational pull of the sun and planets. A totally normal orbital evolution. But the most watertight and seemingly perfect conspiracy theory is that 3I Atlas came in hot at 60 kilometers per second from the direction of Sagittarius, which is exactly where that mysterious wow signal came from 48 years ago. Professor Loeb believes these two events have got to be connected somehow, thinking the wow signal might have been a pioneer message sent by Atlas. He even guesses that this interstellar object only started its journey here after receiving that very signal. According to data from astronomical telescopes, it is shedding about 4 grams of nickel per second, but there is almost zero iron detected. This is totally different from the usual recipe of comets in our solar system. Now, if it was just dumping regular nickel elements, that would be whatever. But Professor Loeb insists that ain't just nickel. It is clearly some rare nickel tetracarbonyl alloy, and this rare alloy is currently only found in human industrial fields, like special metal coatings in aerospace engineering. Let me hit you with some simple logic. Right now, our analysis of what makes up these space objects is mainly based on spectral data and indirect looks. You did not snag a physical sample, so how can you be so sure it is a rare alloy? Also, some social media influencers are going nuts, saying Atlas suddenly glowed green, hovered behind the sun, and that its tail is pointing the wrong way, like it is some kind of deflector shield. That stuff is total garbage. If you use even a tiny bit of your brain, you won't get played by these people. Here is a real photo of Atlas, snapped by the Hubble telescope. Looking at its shape, it has clear features of a comet tail. So it is just a comet, folks. As for the color, why it turned from red to green, it is likely because it carries hydrides that react chemically when they get hit by the sun ultraviolet rays, giving off a green fluorescence. This is super normal for comets. The color depends on what the thing is made of, and that so-called hovering is actually because when Atlas is near the perihelion, the solar gravity and its own inertia hit a temporary balance. From the angle we are watching on Earth, its position does not seem to change much for a short time, but this fits celestial mechanics perfectly. It is not some intentional pit stop. Here is the kicker. Assuming it really is an alien ship with smart beings at the wheel, why can scientists still use basic orbital mechanics to accurately predict its route? An alien ship capable of reaching our solar system would be on a civilization level way above Earth. Not just a level up, but a whole different dimension of power. If they possess tech that far exceeds humanity, why would they let their flight path strictly follow the physics laws we already know, to the point where we can predict every single move they make? So far, all the data on Atlas, including what it spits out and its surface physics, shows zero clear evidence that it is man-made or controlled by intelligent life. We should look at these space events with a scientific eye, using rigorous analysis to explore the mysteries of the universe, instead of getting misled by groundless conspiracy theories